Homegrown Radio.
Do I claim to be Azanian? I think yes. So you, miss, I can't say your name properly, have got an identity crisis, clearly. It seems you were raised poorly. You don't realize that metaphorically, these black names are signs of divinity. So you, miss, I went to school with whites all my life. Have forgotten your strife your ancestors called life. In the struggle to live, the sins you forgive, multitudes were murdered for you to be born free. So, miss, I've never been to Soweto. Don't front like you don't come from a family that isn't a multi-class society. How do you expect to find harmony if you can't decide your loyalties? If you told me music was your fetish, I'd resurrect Marvin's soul and you let's get it on would be born. I'd remember marimba's passion, jazz it up with a little choir hop soul, make sure the sound is whole. For if you told me it was music for you, I'd orchestrate a mass parade. Nabage bestengisa, nabage bestengisa. Nabage benxiba ama-label behamba ngemishini bethengisa amaphupho omntana omnyama ngesenti emdaka. Cabanga lena besingalindelanga. Naba besebenzela education besenza i-slaves lale system engasebenzeli. They're teaching their children to be better robots. Lost identities, walk around with nasal twangs, but nothing to say. A broken legacy of a people giving away too much in order to fit in. Nothing is given in. Everything is still the same. Only the slave master has changed complexion. Nabage, our leaders selling our waters. Natural resources no longer belong to the people. Amasela tate yonkinto. Amasela moshe yonkinto. Aksenando. They act like black people can't lead themselves, but the problem is they have sheep in place getting their orders from London. So Gafana, Sisapeta Madombas, Nabage, they want us to give them a round of applause for being black diamonds. First black everything, but they don't question the lack of melanin. White affiliation is equated to success. Nothing black is greatness. Our people want to be affirmed by whiteness. Nabage, bestengisa. Uhulumenta ganandaba. Aganandaba. Uhulumenta aganandaba. The economy was kept in place and enriched. A few house slaves were allowed to sit at the master's table. Now ANC no longer had to grovel. They thought they were high and mighty on Twitter screaming Asnavalo until Jesus came back and they realized they were eating crumbs, and so they blamed on white capital monopoly. But when they had 2/3 majority, who knows what was stopping them from fixing economic policies? And what's wrong with me for thinking that the government should be looking out for the majority? Instead, Mr. was more concerned with buying a buffalo. He can't own up to Marikana, now he wants us to put a cross next to his face on the ballot. It's a cacophony of buffaloes and blankets, all wrapped up in a green blanket with no apology. Marikana is still bleeding, leaking like the state entities that public servants are sucking dry. My leaders are more concerned with labels than basics. It's in expensive houses playing white wishes while they pretend that other blacks are not deserving of schooling, service delivery, and sanitation. In the past, the enemy was a different shade to me, but now my reality is the enemy looks exactly like me. Thank you very much.